Okay, give today's heading switch. Switch. What is a switch? We say it is an on-off device. Right on. It is an on-off device. It is a switch is on-off device. Hmm. Okay, just tell me what is the role of a switch? It allows us to use the appliance as per the requirement or as per our desire. When we don't want the appliance to be used, we put it off. And when we want to use it, we put it on. Simple, no? Everybody knows. A switch is connected to which kind of wire? Can you guess? Live, neutral, or this one? With the live wire only, like fuse. Because through the live wire only, the current enters. So we are switching on and off in the live wire. Just like a switch is always connected in series. A switch is always connected in series. A switch is always connected in series with the live wire only. With the live wire, like fuse, MCB, they all are connected to the live wire only. So this one is also connected with the live wire only. Okay. Now another thing, we handle switch, so we touch the switch physically. While handling the switches, what precaution we should take? Switches must not be touched with wet hands. That is number one, general knowledge also. We must not touch with the wet hands. And we should not touch the switch with bare foot. There is a chance that we may get a heavy shock if there is a leakage and all. Switches must not be loosely fitted on the board, and the switches must have a proper current rating depending upon the current carrying capacity of the appliance. Like in heater and all, we use big switch. We should not use this simple kind of switch because their rating is only 5 amperes. Whereas the switches for heater, geyser and all, they require 16 amperes. So big switch you have to use, big switch. You have to use bigger switch. Power switch, we call it power switch. You also have seen that at home. So these are the precautions we must take. So write down, following precautions should be taken. Following precautions should be taken while handling with a switch. While handling with a switch. While handling with a switch. Number one, handling with a switch. Right? It must not be touched with a wet hand. It must not be touched with wet hands. Number two, the user must not be barefoot. While handling the switch. While handling the switch. While handling the switch. Third one you write. It must not be loosely fitted. Point number three, it must not be loosely fitted on the board. It must not be loosely fitted on the board. Okay, write one more. Switches must have proper rating. Switches must have proper rating. Proper rating. RATING, proper rating. Depending upon the current carrying capacity. Depending upon the current carrying capacity of the appliance. of the appliance. Current carrying capacity of the appliance. I think all the points, they may ask 1 or 2 points only maximum. So you know that if I gave 4, so you can write any 2. Okay, now another one. Another one. The switch understood. Huh? Okay. There are 3 kinds of wire. I'll just talk about first what is called earthing. You understand about earthing? Huh? Earthing is also a safety measure, a safety precaution. Earthing. As the word itself is clear, earthing is a word coming from, you are connecting electric circuit, household electric circuits with the earth. What is the advantage with the earth? Earth can absorb any amount of current. Okay. So at home also we do earthing. I think you all know that. What is the process of earthing? We have to dig ground nearly 5-6 feet deep, and there we put a copper plate. First we'll put charcoal, wood that after you burn the wood and the black one, the charcoal, and we sprinkle salt, and then on top of that, like this kind of copper plate, thin copper plate will be used, like book wrap, like this thin copper plate is placed there, and from there the wire is wrapped, copper wire is wrapped and is run inside home in all the places wherever we want earthing. And earthing is a safety device. I'll tell you how it is safety. Okay. Copper wire is run around through that. And the area where the earthing is done, that area is kept wet. Watery area, like near the drain side and all, we do that. So that we are forming a very good conducting surface, very good conductor. NaCl, salt means NaCl. No, NaCl is a very strong electrolyte. That will prepare a very good conducting solution there. And now that wire has come inside, that is called earth wire. Okay. We have 3 types of wire: live, neutral, that comes from the source, and earthing we do at home ourselves. Earthing wire will not be provided by the company. So we are running the wire there inside. Now we want to use an appliance. This appliance will do earthing. Which kind of appliance we do the earthing? The appliance which we physically handle, which we touch physically. Like for example, fans, tube lights, we don't touch. When they are in the operation or when they are working, so we hardly touch them. But the appliances such as the refrigerator, washing machine, maybe heater, you are keeping utensils over and taking out and all that, no, like geysers. These are the heavy appliances we have to earth. Only those appliances, metallic appliances, which we handle physically, those appliances are only earthed. What does earthing do? The metallic part of the appliance will be earthed, which will be connected with the wire. Somehow there is a that wire which you have taken from the ground, and you will be connected, earth wire. By chance, like iron, electric iron and all. By chance, due to some problem, some fault, some current is leaking in the metallic part of the body. That current will immediately go to the earth. And when it goes to the earth, what type of conducting layer we are forming there on the surface of the earth? Very high conducting layer. The current value becomes suddenly very high when it flows through the metallic part of the body. And the fuse of this appliance, those appliances will be having a fuse also, because the value of current suddenly increasing due to flow of, due to passage of current to the earth, because earth is a very good conducting substance there. So what happens? The fuse of this appliance will blow. So it will provide a safety to the user of that appliance. So in that case, the person will not receive any shock, because the fuse is blown, the current is stopped here. Appliance will not work definitely unless you make the fuse. You are making the fuse, again the fuse blows. That means your fault is not corrected. There is something wrong with this appliance. You have to check the fault. There is a fault inside. maybe due to some reason the current is flowing in the metallic part of the body. If you don't do the earthing, so the current will run, high current, and you touch it, then you receive a heavy shock. The shock may be even fatal. You understand, no? So, the earthing is also a kind of safety precautions. It provides safety to the user of that appliance from getting any electric shock while touching or while handling with that appliance. How it prevents, you understood the method? Which part of the appliance is earthed? If we ask the question, which part of the appliance is earthed, we say metallic part. Where there is a chance of running current. And person touching it will receive current. Electric shock. Understand? So this question is very often they ask, which part of the appliance is earthed? What is the answer? Metallic part. So the part through which the current can run should not have a insulation there, because the current cannot go to the earth in that case. So they should not be painted and all that part. Otherwise, current cannot go to the earth, and the person will receive the shock. We are preparing good conducting here, so there should not be any insulation on the metallic part normally. Which kind of appliances are they understood? No. So you just write down. Earthing is the heading. Very few person can give. Right. It is a safety measures. It is a safety measure which provides protection to the user of an appliance, while handling it, user of the appliance while handling it from getting an electric shock, that only the metallic part of the appliance is earthed. Continue right on. Only the metallic part of the appliance is earthed. Only the metallic part of the appliance is earthed. Only the metallic part of the appliance is earthed, which should be free from insulation. Which should be free from insulation. Understood? Okay. Now, earthing process or all, they will not ask you that, but I just told you how the earthing is done. You can also do the earthing at home. The method, I taught the method, dig the ground, and then what to do there, tell me. Charcoal, salt, NaCl, and a copper plate you place and give a wire, give few tons of copper wire, and that wire you bring inside. So that wire, the earth wire, is also available there. In case the appliance needs to be earthed, so we'll be providing the connection of the metallic part of the appliance with the earth wire, so that the current running in the metallic part of the body could go to the earth in the form of high amount of current, and the fuse of that appliance will blow. Then in no way the earthing will allow the current to flow through the metallic part of the appliance. The user is safe from receiving any shock due to the faulty appliance and all, or due to the leakage of current in the metallic part of the body. Understood? Huh? Okay. Now, what is a plug? Do you know what is a plug? At home, we use plug and sockets other than switches. That is, the holes are called socket. That the holes, these like five pin sockets. You can see there also 5 pin sockets, and similarly we got pins, pin plug, 3 pin plug we use. Sometimes 5 pin plug, maybe 3 pin enough. Socket and plugs are also used making an appliance work. This is portable. Switches are fixed. Switches are there for that particular one, isn't it? But the plugs and sockets we can use. You can have a plug of mixer. You can have a plug of charger. You can have a plug of different things. No, it is portable, isn't it? But switches, you don't have the options to use any other appliance with that particular switch. And the plugs and sockets we can use for different appliances. If you want to use at the same place, we can. It's a matter of common observation, you know. This pin, you can connect your charger. Each charger you can connect. You can connect with a lamp. You can connect with a mixer. You can connect with electric jar. Anything you can connect. No, it is very handy, you know. But the switches for tube light, you can't use any other appliance with that switch. One is for the fan, so only fan will be used. But the switches and plugs are, and using this, so you have the provision, you can use any appliance anytime at using that one. That is the advantage. 3-pin plugs. What are those pins meant for? One pin is for the live wire. It's called live pin. And one is for neutral and one is for the earth pin. When you put them in the socket, no, the one will get connected with the live wire, one will get connected with the neutral, and one will be connected with the earth wire. Understand, no? So the appliances which is earthed or which needs earthing, no, so they are only use 3-pin plug, but not all the appliances. Like bulbs and all those, we hardly touch them, so we can only use 2-pin plug. Charger is all insulated, no plastic body, isn't it? So there is no metallic part in it, so we can use 2-pin plug. Mobile charger, no, 2-pin is good enough, only for live and neutral. But the geysers, you must have seen 3-pin plug. Refrigerator, 3-pin plug. Television, 3-pin plug. Washing machine, 3-pin plug. Yes or no? So in the 3-pin plug, you find one pin is always made longer and thicker. Do you know which pin is made longer and thicker? The top one, the big pin. I told you there are 3 names, no? Live, neutral, and the earth pin. Which pin is made longer and thicker? The answer is earth pin. Earth pin is made longer and thicker. Can you guess why it is made longer? It is made longer to ensure the safety of the user at first. We are making sure that the current is not running in the metallic part of the appliance. The first connection is made with the earth. First, you have to take precautions. By chance, if any current is running, that will go to the earth and the fuse will blow. Understand, no? And why it is made thicker? I'll give all the points, but why it is made thicker? So that by mistake, it must not enter into the other 2 smaller holes which are not meant for it. By chance, suppose the earth pin is of same size and it goes by mistake into the live wire. It is connected with the live wire. The entire live wire current will go to the earth. Your appliance will receive no current, 0 current. The appliance will not work. By chance, it is connected to the neutral. If it's all of same size, then it could go even to the neutral. If it goes to the neutral, what will happen? The current will be, high current will be running in the metallic part of the appliance and will return back to the source. The person is not safe. If the appliance will work, but when you touch it, the person will receive shock current. Then earth pins, what is the use of the earth pin then? That's why, even by mistake, it must not fit into the other 2 holes. Right on this point. Put an asterisk on it. In a 3-pin plug, comma, the earth pin is made longer and thicker. It is a matter of common observation, common experience or not? Just tell me. What I am sharing is all common experience. You know? The earth pin is made longer and thicker. Full stop, right? It is made longer. It is made longer to ensure ENSURE to ensure the safety of the users. ENSURE, not INSURE. It ensures the safety of the users at first. And it is made thicker, so that even by mistake, it does not fit into the other holes which are not meant for it. Sure. Okay, sir. Now listen. This is also done. Now we have how many kinds of wire? I told you 3. What are the name of those wires? Live, neutral, and earth. Two of the wires are kept at the same potentials, and their potential value is 0 volt. These 2 wires are kept at the same potential. Neutral and the earth wire. Neutral and the earth wire are kept at the same potential. Okay. And another thing you have to know that in a cable, so there are many cables. How to identify live, how to identify neutral, and how to identify the earth wire. From the color we can identify. So you can just add the color code of cable wires. Color code COD, color code of cable wires. For right there, for live, what is the color used? You know, for the live, the color used is brown, and for neutral, color used is light blue, and for earth wire, the color used is either green or yellow. Neutral and the earth wire potential right here is 0. Potential is 0. These 2 wires are kept at 0 potential. They are having same potential and the value is 0 volt. I'll tell you there are 2 conventions of color code, 2 traditions, 2 assumptions. New color code and old color code. Old convention says that the live will be red, normal, red khatra. Neutral black, old convention. And earth was green there also. Earth is a green planet, so green. The new old conventions are replaced by the new. Sometimes when you see this one, iron, you remove that, but inside there are three small wires are there. You see, there are 3 wires inside. You know that, and they will have colors. From the colors you can identify which wires are there. Green one will be earth, and one will be light brown, will be brown. So that will be live, and one will be light blue in color. That will be this. This is the color code. Huh? Okay, and the last part of this chapter, as per the reduced syllabus, is this one. Just to know, household we do the wirings. Huh? We use number of wires at home. We do the wirings in parallel or in series. Do you know? Wiring at home is done in parallel, not in series. Wait, I'll dictate, I'll give myself. But why? Why household wiring? Household means हम लोग घर को wiring is done in parallel. Why? Uh, in parallel combination for some reasons. The first reason is to achieve independent switching. Because in parallel combination, currents are divided, no? We are dividing the currents as per the different appliances. And we are able to use different switches. Each appliance has its own switch. At home, we are having a switch, one for the tube light, one for this one for the other one. Like that we have, no? That is only possible when we do the wiring in parallel. If you do in series will all will receive same current. No, once you put on, everything is on. Once you put off, everything is off. But here we can divide. We are dividing. We are having one switch particular for that appliance. That is only because current we want to. In one appliance, the current is zero because which you are not using. But another appliance, current is there is some current which you are using. But in series combination, current will be all same, no, throughout. If one is getting zero current, all will receive zero current. That is one advantage. And another advantage of parallel combination is we make all the appliances to run at a common voltage of supply. What is the common voltage of supply? 220 volts is coming at home. We are using 220 volts. It comes from the power stations. And all the appliances which are using, they all are meant to run at 220 volts. Throughout the world, the common voltage used is 220 volt except USA. USA, the voltage value is 50 volt, common voltage supply, not 220. So if you buy any appliances anywhere, you can use it anywhere, no, because common voltage is here. So that is the advantage of parallel combination. Understood? But other than home, like in a big place like auditorium, cinema hall, your school hall, so big place, no, the series combination is advantageous because one there is a big switch. Put it up, everything is on. All will be on. Put it down, everything is off. So it is more handy. I mean, better, advantageous. Otherwise, there are so many appliances there at different places. No? You have to go everywhere and put everything on one by one. It's tedious process. And to make them off, also you have to go everywhere all around and then put each one off. Then only all the appliances will be off. So there the series is better. But I'm talking about household because it's all about household circuit, which is better. Parallel. Put an asterisk and write out. Household wiring is done. Household, no. Household wiring is done in parallel. Household wiring is done in parallel for the following reasons. Household wiring is done in parallel for the following reasons. Right, number one. To achieve independent switching. Number two, to make all the appliances run. At a common voltage of supply. Right under bracket 220 volt. Common voltage of supply under bracket 220 volt. Write one more point. To make all the appliances work independently. To make all the appliances run independently. Okay. Done. Understood? That means working of one appliances will not affect the working of the other appliances. Suppose at home, I'm just giving one example. At home, no, one of the appliances is faulty or it's fused. Other appliances still will work, no? It will not affect the working of the other appliances. So only you have to replace that appliance. But in series combination, if one appliance is faulty, no, the current is not flowing through it, none of the other appliances will work. So working of the other, all the appliances are depending on one another in series combination. But in parallel, it won't happen like that. And you will know exactly that this bulb is fused. So you replace that bulb only. But in series, very difficult to find out. You have to check each and every one, like which one is fused. Understand? That's why in parallel combination, all the appliances work independently. Their working is not affected due to the non-working of the other appliance. So this chapter is done. Next day I will be starting electromagnetism. That chapter you have to see very carefully. Okay, there are directions and all. You have to learn the diagrams, directions and all. Like left hand plane left hand rule will come, right hand thumb rule will come. All this will come. I'll talk about this one. Okay, this much we do today.
Thank you.